Variable cost is called contribution, minus fixed cost is profit. That profit we called as EBIT, earning before interest and taxation. If the liabilities are less, it is called positive working capital. If the liabilities are more, if the assets are less, called negative working capital. Factors determine the capital structure. The goodwill of the entire company depends upon the finance decision. Hello my dear student, I am Dr. B.S. Subramanya, called by name Dr. B.S.S., Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, a Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Today, in this session, I am going to have Financial Management 5th Semester BCom, an introduction class. So, it will come under NEP, National Education Policy. Some syllabus has been framed as per the University of Mysore, and we'll go through the syllabus and we'll explain what is syllabus contains. We'll move on to syllabus today. First, agenda, syllabus, learning outcome, units, internal, exam pattern. Once again, I will explain the agenda of this introduction of classes. First is the syllabus frame. What are the learning outcome? How many units are there? How many internals we are going to conduct? What are the exam patterns are there? Then, syllabus goes like this. Unit 1. Introduction to Financial Management. So, financial management plays an important role, especially for business is concerned. The most important is the finance that we are going to explain. Here, if we see that in the meaning of finance, finance function. What do you mean by finance? What are the functions of the finance? Objective of finance function, organization of finance function, meaning and definition of financial management. What do you mean by financial management? How it plays an important role in the development of that particular company. Goals of financial management. What are the important goals of financial management? Scope of financial management. Functions of financial management. Role of finance manager in India. What is the role played by financial manager in the development of that particular company with reference to India? Financial planning, meaning need important steps in financial planning. How to make the plan, how to utilize the finance in proper way. Principles of sound financial plan and factor affecting the financial. When you make the financial plan, how it is effect for the development of the company. So, all these things goes to Unit 1. Then, Unit 2. Time value of money, introduction, meaning of time value of the money, time preference of money, technique of time value of money, simple interest, compound interest, future value of single flow, multiple flow and annuity, discounting technique, present value of single flow, multiple flow and annuity, doubling period rule number 69 and 72. Under this time value of money, you are going to read simple interest, compound interest, net present value, amortization of that particular item when the loan has been taken, how the loan has been paid in different ways, how much interest you are going to pay every year, that we are going to read, and also what is the future value in single method, in multiple method. Discounting factor means 1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of n. This is the rate of interest. In how many years we are going? That's called discounting technique. Then present value of single flow, multiple flow and annuity. Annuity method of flowing the method. The amount which flows, how many years we are going to pay, in what percentage you are going to pay, all will be explained. Then we explain the rule of 69 and 72. Then finance decision. Here, this is a very important point. Here the goodwill of the company depends upon the finance decision we take. See the picture, how the finance decision will be taken. Time is most important. What's called this light shows how we'll develop in the final decision. If the bad decision comes, the goodwill of the company will go. Here, introduction, meaning and definition of capital structure, how the capital has been made, commonly own capital, preference share capital, and debt we say. Factors determine the capital structure. In order to get this mean, what are the factors to be considered? Concept of optimum capital structure. EBIT means earning before interest and taxation. EPS means earning per share. Problem leverages, meaning and definition. Types of leverage: operating leverage, financial leverage, and comparative problems on that. Here, the most important point is financial decision. Here, factor is a concept. No, you are going to calculate earning EBIT. We say earning before interest and taxation. First is the sale minus variable cost is called contribution minus fixed cost is profit. That profit we called as EBIT, earning before interest and taxation. Then minus interest, earning before taxation, minus earning after taxation, minus preference dividend divided by number of equity share. That we are going to explain. Number 4, investment decision. This is one of the toughest important syllabus here in this form. It will going to be very deep here. Meaning and definition of capital budgeting, features, significance, steps in capital budgeting process, technical law of capital budgeting, traditional method, payback period, accounting rate of return, discount cash inflows method, net present value, internal rate of return, and profitability. One problem will be given. You have to calculate all these items. Which are the you have to calculate? You have to calculate the payback period. You have to calculate the accounting rate of interest. You have to calculate discount cash inflows. Then net present value, internal rate of return, and also profitability index. One problem which fetches 15 marks. Number 5, working capital management. Working capital means current asset minus current liability. Introduction, meaning and definition, types of working capital. This is working capital we say. Then determinants of working capital. What are the requirements of the working capital? Estimation of working capital requirement. Danger of excess and inadequate working capital. Merits of adequate working capital. Sources of working capital. Cash management, receivable management, inventory means stock management. All these we are going to work. What is working capital? Excess of current asset over liability is called working capital. If the assets are more, if the liabilities are less, it is called positive working capital. If the liabilities are more, if the assets are less, called negative working capital. That we are going to deal with here. Here, the source of working capital, how we get the working capital. Cash management you are going to study. Receivable management means credit policy we are going to study. Inventory means stock management, your concept you are going to study. Now, what are the things which have been put for the skill development? Visit the finance department of any organization. Collect and record the functions and responsibility of the financial manager. Illustrate with the imaginary figure the compounding and discounting technique of time value of money. Go to any factory and find out this. Estimate working capital requirement of an organization with the imaginary figure. All skill development program. First one, meaning of financial management, functions of the financial management, goals of the financial management, role of financial manager in India, planning of financial manager, what are the principles of the financial manager. You are going to deal detailedly here. Then time value of money, where you are going to study simple interest, compound interest rate, loan repayment, amortization. We say that how the loan will be repaid, future value, present value. If the simple interest, compound interest you are going to calculate quarterly, half yearly, yearly, monthly, everything you are going to deal here. Then discounting technique you are going to study. doubling period rule of 69 and 72 you are going to study. Then finance decision, here the most important how the finance decision will be takes place. Factors determine the capital structure. The goodwill of the entire company depends upon the finance decision. Problems on what is EBIT? I told you earning before interest and taxation. This is called earning per share. Problems, leverages, meaning and definition, types of leverages, operating leverage, financial leverage, combined leverage. Then this is the most important part, investment decision. Here he is going to read. That's why time factor is important. Methodology is most important here. We have to take the proper decision. What is capital budgeting? What is the features of significance? What are the steps to be taken in capital decision? Then technique of capital budgeting, traditional method, payback period, accounting rate of interest, discounting cash inflow methods, net present value method, internal rate of return, and profitability. All these will be asked in one question, 15 marks. You have to calculate payback period, accounting rate of interest, discounting cash flow, and profitability index. 10 marks they may ask internal rate of return. 5. Working capital management, introduction, meaning and definition, types of working capital, what is operating cycle, determination of working capital needs, then estimation of working capital, dangers of excess and inadequate working capital, merits of adequate working capital, sources of working capital, cash management, receivable management, and inventory management. We ask the student to visit the finance department of any organization, collect and record the functions and responsibility of the financial manager. The student has to go and collect all this information, illustrate with the imaginary figure, the compounding discount technique of time value of money, estimate working capital requirement of an organization with the all these things should be done by the students only. Question paper pattern, totally 60 marks. 5 marks here, 2 marks question will ask 7. You have to answer any 5, 5 into 2. 10 marks question will ask 4. You have to answer any 2, 10 into 2, 20. 15 marks question will ask 4. You have to answer any 2, 15 into 2, 30. Totally 60 marks coverage is there. Then 30 marks internal, totally 40. 10 for what's called notes written. Unit 1 and Unit 2 in the first internal. Unit 3, Unit 4 in the second internal. Unit 5 in the third internal. You will take the average. Totally you have to score 40 marks. So minimum marks should be scored in the paper minimum. Totally we have to score 40%. So we'll go with 35%. 35% of 60 is almost no. We have got no. So here paper minimum is there. Along with the internals are there. You will take the average the internal. Totally 40 marks is the passing marks. Hope you understand. So a student has to appear 3 internal, take the average, total marks he has to score 40 marks, paper minimum is there, along with the internal, totally he has to score the 40 marks. Hope understand. In the next session, we'll move on to problem. Till then, goodbye. Meet in the next session with a problem.